Alright everyone, welcome to the final part of the Danny Phantom Urban Jungle playthrough. I'm gonna go ahead and select my inventory here. And move on to 5-2. I guess I wasn't quite done with World 5 yet, but I would say this part will, since it's the last part, I'll take on the rest of World 5 and then get to World 6 and stop undergrowth once and for all. I like the nighttime or early morning, perhaps, aesthetic to this stage. Just like I was mentioning in the last part, I wish more games did the cyberspace techno kind of stage thing. It's a really neat aesthetic. I mean, Sonic Advance 3 has Cybertrack Zone, which is really cool, and then there's the other one in Sonic Advance 2. The name is escaping me at the moment. But that one's pretty cool too. Ooh, Sonic Advance 2 also has the music plant, which is another one of my favorite aesthetics. I mean, nothing tops the snow ice levels, but those are two aesthetics I wish more games would use. Music themes and techno themes. I feel like the music one gets used a lot less. I mean, Music Plant, Sonic Advance 2, and Bandland and Rayman are like the only examples I can think of immediately. Oh wait, no, there's also in Rayman Origins, there's a, I think it's Rayman Origins. Yeah, because there's Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends. So those are games I should get to on the channel eventually. Both are pretty fun. And it's a shame that there hasn't been a new Rayman game in over a decade at this point, I believe. Which sucks because that's Ubisoft's, like, that was their flagship franchise and they just barely do nothing with it. But there's Technus again. Which it looks like the ghostly ice will take him down pretty quickly. Some of these ghostly power-ups you get are pretty overpowered, if I do say so myself. Just gotta keep zapping them. And yeah, cool. That was pretty easy to knock out. Uh-oh. He has another form. His final form, perhaps? Actually, I do believe this is the final form for Technus. So this one's kind of tricky because, I mean, I'm pretty sure the only place you can hit him is that weak spot on his chest there. So you just gotta be careful. Don't get yourself killed like I just did. Oh, that slowdown. Oh, would you look at that slowdown. He's so powerful that the game just loses its frame rate. I believe that's the only time that happens in this game. It's kind of a strange thing whenever I see games do like really bad slowdown. Though I can only really think of instances in cartridge-based games where that happens. There's a lot of Super Nintendo and Genesis games where that tends to happen. Not that I'm really complaining too much, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room and a little extra reaction time. Plus, I've pretty much almost defeated Technus at this point. Still got a little bit of health left, but it's like, use some of that ghostly ice there again. Alright, yeah, that should do it. Alright, yes. Sweet. Frickin' sweet, Lois. Alright, let's see what kind of points I got this time. Looks like I've got quite a bit of a scoreboard there. And it's time for another bonus stage. You've got to capture a certain number of ghosts. And this is pretty much another one of those ones where you just kind of just do your thing and Whenever you run out of time, you run out of time. I like the fishing, the ghost fishing thing. I already forgot the name of it. But this is a nice looking bonus stage. I like those little cyber cactuses in the background, or cacti. And yeah, just more fishing, and that's something I need to do soon. I like to fish. I've always liked fishing. It seems like I only recently got good at it too. Like, it took me a while to figure out how to catch them and how to release them, and I've gotten a lot better over the years about being able to even catch fish, because it seemed like I had some kind of curse or something where I just couldn't catch anything for years, and then I finally started catching fish and was like, huh, I'm actually not that bad at this. But I enjoy to go fishing. I like it more than I do hunting. That's just because I don't really care too much for guns, and I'm not very good with them. But fishing, it's always been something I've enjoyed. I like to go to the lake and relax and sit and unwind for a couple hours and just see if I can reel anything in. I'll let the time run out and clear the bonus stage. And if I'm not mistaken, that may be the last bonus stage. I could be wrong. Thank goodness Casper High's computers are hooked up again. The internet. Looks like some more crazy stuff's about to happen. Something wrong. Lunch Lady and Undergrowth have escaped. They've possessed Tucker and turned him into the meat monster. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about this part of the game. If I'm not mistaken, that was something that happened in one of the episodes. Now, not everything from this game is based on the Urban Jungle episode, but fair enough. I mean, you gotta pad the game out a little bit more. There's only so much you can do when you base a game off of a 22-minute cartoon. But it's time for World 6, the final world in the game. I'm like really close to the microphone right now, and I bumped it, and I'm hoping it didn't pick up that bonk. But it should be fine. It should all be good in the neighborhood. I'm gonna fly through the city once again. I got a feeling I'm gonna be playing through this game at some point after I finish recording this. I'll probably do another playthrough for funsies. I mean, not every game that I do a playthrough of is... I mean, there's some games that I've recorded that I'll probably never touch again, like Bubsy, for example. But this is definitely one of those ones I feel the itch to go back to. It's just good, quick fun. I do wish I could figure out how to record the other Danny Phantom game, though. But like I said, my Retron just doesn't want to. Just doesn't want to. I feel like I might have looked something up about that too, and I didn't get the answers I was after. Which it seems like sometimes when I Google things, I don't get the answers I'm looking for. Don't you just hate when that happens, folks? Let's see, 24, 25, 26, 7, 8, 9, 30. And I'm racking up that chain again. Let's see how far I can keep it going. It's still going. All those various miscellaneous lunch meats in the background. Although I don't really care much for hot dogs. I've never really cared much for those. It's kind of strange because I like corn dogs, but hot dogs on their own I think are just garbage. I had a friend who, when I used to stay with him, that's like all he would eat is hot dogs, and I was like, bruh, hot dogs are ass. I'm sure I'm gonna take a lot of flack for that, but I mean, to each their own. But it's time to battle the meat monster. And once again, having the ghostly ice makes this a little bit easier. Hopefully I can replenish some of that ghostly ice power. I definitely need some more health. That's definitely a good thing to have as well. Yeah, I've used up the last of my ghostly ice, but it's okay because it looks like I have defeated the meat monster. Stage clear once again. Let's see what's going on. Go rescue Tucker. Kaboom! I don't think I'll be able to eat any more meat for at least a half hour. Meat and potatoes. But excellent, let's go fly off into the void and stop this meat and potatoes boss. Once again, I will equip the ghostly ice. And let's see, which one do I want to use? Which item do I want to use here? I'm just going to stick with the thermos. And let's keep this rolling along, shall we, folks? Oh, 6-2. And it's those enemies again. I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy, folks. I already took my nightly meds. I'm kind of winding down at this point, but I should still be good for the last 11 minutes of this episode. But at the time of recording this, it's already like after 3:30 in the morning, and I got around to doing this a little bit later than I anticipated. A lot of that just had to do with me relabeling a bunch of stuff. I've recently picked up a new phone, and I keep running into this issue where when I copy my music over to my phone, it keeps splitting albums in half, and I have to go back in and manually correct a bunch of the file information so it would stop doing that. Which is lame because I never had that problem before. But apparently it does happen. But no worries, I've got it all corrected now. It's all good and under control. And will you just go away, ghost? Alright. I like this power up a lot though. The N, that's the one it is. I definitely need some more health. It's always a good thing to have. Freeze these bad guys once again. Now that they're frozen, it actually makes it a little bit easier to attack them. I was frozen today! But yes, defeat that ghostly dragon. I do like the music here. I do like the music in this game quite a bit, but like I said, there's some of it that just isn't very memorable. But that's alright, nothing to worry about. I think I'll just stick with the N power-up that I currently have. Now, it does feel like I'm getting awfully close to that boss fight. That's kind of strange that health bar is still there. I don't know if it was like some kind of little glitch there that's still on the bottom right hand corner. But, I mean, it's not affecting anything. I also notice whenever I play this on the Retron, there's like a little buzzing sound in between levels. Uh-oh, it's meat and potatoes. Now, like most of the bosses before, I do believe that the ghostly ice will take care of the situation. But it also seems like this enemy is a little bit weaker, which will play into my favor. Plus, he's shooting those orbs at me, which will definitely help as well. I do think it's interesting that when there's different, like, spots where you have to hit the enemies, that there's different health bars for each spot. But that's cool, that's all good, and it looks like he went down pretty easily. Uh-oh, it's the lunch lady again. Battled her way back at the beginning of the game. She's back for some revenge. Which is a dish best served cold, I guess. Just gotta look out for those mad dashings. Uh-oh, she's got a giant chicken leg. Look out for the drumstick. Ah, and more dashing. Alright. The good news is I'm pretty close to the end of this battle. Or at least I think so, anyway. At least I think so, anyway. I used to have a coworker that's all he would say. He'd be like, think so. At least I think so, anyway. But it looks like the final boss is Undergrowth, who is here once again to wreak some havoc. But I feel like taking Undergrowth down the third time is definitely quite easy. Especially considering I've battled him twice before and all that stuff. All that stuff and things and stuff. But yeah, he's got his elbow up. Which I believe that's like a hockey term, elbows up. I don't quite know. I should do more knowledge. But alright, yeah, the cool stuff. Is that the end? Uh-oh, it's not the end. Lunch lady's back yet again. However, will I defeat the enemies? If she's not the ultimate enemy. And it seems like a little bit more of the same from the most recent battle with Lunch Lady. She's putting up one more fight. And I'm wondering, I mean, I have my Ghostly Ice charged up. Will I use more of it? I mean, this seems to be just as effective. You gotta dodge all the meatballs. Which, even though I'm not a big spaghetti fan, spaghetti and meatballs do sound... That is a vibe right now. That does sound like it would hit pretty good right about now. There was a stretch in time where I lived off spaghetti when me and my ex lived together because that's all she ever wanted to eat. I got sick of it so fast. And the spaghetti. Anyways, folks, stage clear once again, and I do believe that is the final boss. couple more encounters with Undergrowth and the Lunch Lady, and of course meat and potatoes. Gonna save that game data, or data. Yeah, that's the end of the game though. Except for this cutscene here. Wow, what a day. But I couldn't have done it without you guys. The power of friendship. Veggies. And a salad does sound good. And just food in general sounds good. I could definitely eat some more food right about now. But yeah, folks, that was Danny Phantom Urban Jungle for the Game Boy Advance, and overall, it was a pretty good time. It was a pretty good game. I highly recommend it to fans of the series and just fans of shoot 'em ups and Game Boy Advance fans. I do like that the credit sequence here looks pretty similar to the credit sequence you would see at the end of each episode. And the slight remix of the main theme song. You gotta give them credits where they are due. But yeah, if I were to rank this game, I would probably put it up there with I'd give it at least a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty fun game. Now, these credits do go on for a second since they don't scroll or anything like that. So yeah, I've got more stuff planned over here on the channel. I got plenty more gameplays on the way. And like I mentioned earlier, I do plan on doing a lot more Game Boy stuff on the channel now that I have the Retron console. It's opened up a whole new door. I'm not sure quite yet what I'm gonna play next over here on the channel, but I've got a lot of stuff in the works right now. Oh man, I'm so ready for bed though. It has been a long day, and I'm glad that it was a good recording session. I got some more stuff ready for the channel. And of course, let them credits roll. Looks like it's pretty much at the end of these credits though. Maybe one of these days I'll pick up the DS version of this game, even if it's similar. But yeah, folks, as always, I will see you in whatever I play next. See you then.